Good afternoon and welcome to the March monthly wrap-up of my cost of living here in the Philippines. I asked back in January and February if folks were interested in me actually doing a wrap-up because it seems like it's kind of popular over here. And so I did the one for February and then I got a lot of good response on it. So I am going to continue as long as people have interest in it. So anyway, I have 13 categories that I cover in my categories of expenses. And what I do, I'll go through each one of the categories, and then at the very end, the 14th page, I will be presenting my total cost with all of the calculations of all of those categories. So anyway, without further delay, let's go ahead and get started. Oh, I just want to say that also I made some changes to the last spreadsheet that I used. I tried to make it a little bit easier to read because at the very end of the last wrap-up is where I did the calculation or the exchange rate between the Philippine peso and the US dollar. So what I did on the new one, I actually broke it down per category so you can actually have a better feel of actually how much I'm spending in dollars in each one of the categories. I thought that would be helpful. And I apologize, it's actually a windy day here today, and I know the wind wreaks havoc on the microphone, but I just hope that it's not too distracting. So anyway, let's start with the first category. The first category is my rent, and my rent is going to be consistent throughout the entire year, or at least it should be consistent throughout the entire year. Everybody knows I live in this very tiny apartment with limited amenities inside of it, and my rent is actually 3,000 pesos, which is equivalent to $60 US based on a 50 peso to the dollar exchange rate. The electricity for the month of March. This is an actual electrical bill that I have here. Sorry about that. There is something being delivered. I'm going to send him to my contractor and the workers over there. So anyway, the monthly electricity that I have for this month is an actual amount for the month of March. The one that I had for February, it was basically like an installation fee, and it was an actual usage amount. So this is actually the amount that I actually did in consumption, which was 573.44 pesos, equivalent to $11.47. Now, spoiler alert, I have April's in there because as soon as I get my monthly billing, I immediately put into my spreadsheet. So certain things that actually come in early, you're going to actually see them in the next month. But for the month of March, I spent 573.44 pesos, a little over about $11.50 worth. My water, again, water is going to be the same as situation as the electricity. In February, I had 165.25, and that was basically an installation kind of a thing, a first turn on. But this is actually, for March, it is actually my actual usage. So my usage for March was 455.25 pesos, which is equivalent to $9.11. So just under $10 for my monthly water bill inside my tiny apartment. And let's see, for my internet cost, for my PLDT fiber that I'm paying for, which I'm only getting less than DSL quality on there, and I'm still fighting PLDT to try to please come out. PLDT, please come to my house and fix I need more than 2 megabits per second. But anyway, I'm supposed to be getting 50 megabits per second, but I'm getting off track here. So anyway, for March, my bill was 3,720.41. My actual internet for PLDT is I have the 28.99 package that gives me supposedly 50 megabits per second, and I have unlimited data on that one, but I haven't got that yet. And the equivalent on that 3,720.41 in US dollars is $74.41. Now it's a little bit more than the standard because there was some installation fees and some other things. I had to do a changeover from one of my plans. So next month it should be a little bit less. Plus I should get a credit according to BLTD because I am not getting my bandwidth. They have me on the wrong plan. They have me on. It's showing a DSL plan for my fiber internet plan. It's all messed up. So it's work in progress. I think my sister-in-law is going today to talk with them. My cell phone cost, which it's basically, this is two costs involved inside here. So this bill is 1466 pesos, which is equivalent to 29.32. Now that's, when I said that's two costs, because it's my Smart program that I have. So I have Smart as my prepaid for my telephone, and I spend usually about, I think I get the 250 peso mega plan or whatever it is, and it's not really a plan, it's a load. You put a load on there. But I also have my PLD, or my Smart Wi-Fi, the Smart Bro LTE that I have here, that I communicate while I'm here in the Bahay Kubo. I have that, and that is $9.99 a month. So the total between the two of those is $14.66, or a little less than $30 for the month of March. Then I have HOA costs. It's going to be zero. I pay once a year, so you won't see any more of those the rest of the year. But I will tell you, people have questions about how the HOA works on here. You see, my HOA is 10,747.21 pesos, or around $215 US. Well, that is based on a plot or a lot that has no development on it. Once the house is built, and while the house is being built, the price of the HOA fees will go up for me, and if I get any bills, I'll add that to this as well. My auto insurance, zero for the month of March, because you know I didn't get my truck until this past week, past weekend. Yeah, the past weekend. So anyway, on Saturday I got the truck, and I went down yesterday. I showed you on yesterday's episode of Villa Feliz. And I picked up some insurance, and you'll see it's already reflected in my April billing cycle, but zero for the month of March. Property taxes for this property right here. It's very cheap when you don't have a house on. When you own property, land, it is very inexpensive for taxes here. As you can see, I have nothing because we paid the whole amount in February, which it was $9.55, equivalent to about $19, less than $20 for the entire year. Now that will change. I assure you that will change when the house is built, and we'll have an assessment on that, and I'll start including that as well as soon as I get the new billing. My vehicle costs, no vehicle costs. I had no vehicle in the month of March, but you can see I already have, in April, I already have, this spoiler alert again, 1,900 pesos, and that was for my diesel fuel that I got, I think it was Sunday or Monday. So, but zero on that. Groceries. My grocery bill in pesos was 4,724.12, and that's equivalent to just under $95 US for the month of March. Groceries are more expensive over here than actually dining out. It's crazy, but unless you shop in like the wet market, or if you go to any of the farmers running out of local stands, you can actually save a lot. But for convenience factor, when I'm in the mall, I usually go to either SM Market or Robinson Supermarket, and that's where I get a lot of my groceries, and it's kind of expensive when you go there. And you'll see, since this was 47.24.12, the next category is dining out. I spent 3,120 pesos, equivalent to 62.40 US dollars. That's what I paid for dining out for the entire month of March. And you know, 80% of my meals are dining out. But you will look, if you look from February, March, if you look at the graph, February, March, and April, it's consistently going down, and the reason is because I'm eating. Tess feeds me here in town, and I go to all the small stands around here. And when you eat, and when you're in a barrio or in a barangay, and you eat at these small places, your entire meal, your dinner, is maybe anywhere between 50 cents and $1 for an entire meal. So that's why I'm telling you, you can actually save a lot of money if you live in a small location like this. If you eat and dining out inside the mall, then you can expect to spend 5, maybe to 10 times the amount that you would in the small areas like I do here. So I saved a lot there for the month of March. Transportation costs. These are my trips with the jeepney and the tricycle, and I didn't have a vehicle in March, so my cost for public transportation was 521 pesos, which is equivalent to a little over $10 US dollars. But that's going to change. That's going to go down. But my vehicle costs are going to go up in the month of April because now I have a vehicle and all the costs that are associated with vehicles. Miscellaneous. This is the gotcha, the catch-all right here. This is all the other areas, all the other categories, all combined into one. Now, you can actually deduct this from all the other ones if you want to see what your true cost of living is, or what my true cost of living was. But this is going to be things like, in March I bought the Bahiku boat, and this was 15,000 pesos. So or 15,000 pesos. Oh, I must roll that into the February one. Sorry, never mind. So anyway, my miscellaneous for March was 8,054.75, which is equivalent to 161.10 US dollars. And those are going to be things like if I go to the mall and I need stuff from Ace Hardware, or if I need shirts, any clothing, or miscellaneous stuff. So those aren't my regular day-to-day living stuff. Those are extra stuff. You can see the big one in April, which is 14,455, and that's going to include things like I got some accessories on the vehicle when I picked up the vehicle, and I had to pay those and stuff like that. So that's why that price is. But we're in March. We're not even going to worry about April yet. So anyway, that's the end, and we're going to do the final. Dun, 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 the final cost for March. I spent 25,634.97 pesos, or equivalent of 512.70 US dollars. So when you're looking at this number right here, and if you were to go back one and you deduct March's 8,000 pesos, or $161. So I really only spent somewhere around 350 US dollars for the month of March. So I actually did much better than last month. Last month, I think, deducting the miscellaneous amount, I think it was right around $500. So I actually saved about $150, and I think a lot of that had to do with me eating right here inside the community. So anyway, that's my wrap up for the month of March, and I hope you enjoyed this. And if you would like me to continue doing this each month, I will continue doing it as long as there is interest. So if you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up, please share, and if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. And I will see you next time, next month, for the April edition if you're interested. Thanks.